Hey guys, it's FuboGen here and welcome to the 5th episode of Genius Talks, and today we are going to talk about Liverpool. Yeah, you heard it right. Well, 1990 was the year when Liverpool last won the PL Silverware, and now in 2020, well, there isn't much difference except that it's been 3 decades nearly and that everything has changed. Well, have you ever wondered why Liverpool won the title in 2020? I mean, why not 2019, 2018, 2017, 16, 15? Why 2020? Well, yeah, because of Klopp, obviously, but Klopp arrived in Liverpool at 2015, yeah. So why 2020? Well, that's because of a tactic called Gegenpressing, pioneered by Klopp, which fits exactly right in this Liverpool team this year. So what is Gegenpressing? Gegenpressing, which is a German for counter pressing, is a tactical philosophy that has been popularized by Klopp at Borussia Dortmund, and he uses it at Liverpool also. Well, basically it's a tactic in which a team, after losing possession of the ball, attempts to win the ball immediately back rather than regrouping formations. Well, it has been explained by Klopp as a tactic which lets you win the ball nearer to the goal, and it's only one pass away from a really good opportunity. Well, he coined a term for it called heavy metal football, but obviously that doesn't mean that he soundtracks his training sessions with metallic discography. Well, this term is used to describe high intense counter-attacking style of football. This Jurgen Klopp style of gegenpressing has been patronized by Liverpool very much in the recent years. Now, this Juergen Klopp style of gegenpressing has been very advantageous to Liverpool in the recent years, and they've patronized it in a very efficient and effective manner. Now, what is gegenpressing? Gegenpressing is characterized by multiple players closing down on the man with the ball. However, that leaves the other opposition players free. But this does not matter because the player under pressure would be unable to hit an accurate long pass to the opposition player. Right? So what Klopp does is surround the man with the ball and pressurize him in every possible way. So the player under pressure would be vulnerable, as he would have lost energy in the challenge and he would be unable to find the free teammates to hit an accurate long pass. So that gives Liverpool advantage, and they use it while attacking or counter pressing. There are variations of gegenpressing, and Klopp uses the heavy metal style of football, which I already explained. Now, let me give you an example. In the last Champions League game, that is Liverpool versus Spurs, which was the Champions League final in 2019, what happened was Liverpool made a clear point of pushing their forwards to pressurize the Tottenham Hotspur defenders. And Klopp, when he realized that Hotspur's left back Danny Rose was the most vulnerable with the ball because of the sideline to his left and the goal post to his back, Klopp pushed all his forwards to pressurize Danny Rose to eventually win the ball back and eventually win the game. Now, a question arises here, that why does the heavy metal style of gegenpressing fit so well in the current Liverpool squad? I mean, what is there special in this Liverpool squad that this style of gegenpressing fits exactly right as it is? For that, we need to know what kind of the formations are suitable for gegenpressing. It's either 4-3-3 holding or a 4-3-2-1. Klopp usually prefers this formation over this. So the necessities for gegenpressing to work perfectly fine are a perfectly balanced team with 3 forwards and a holding defensive midfielder 6 surrounded by 2 more adventurous midfield 8s and 4 defenders, out of which the 2 fullbacks would be speedy to create quick counter-attacks. Now, what does Klopp does? Klopp pushes its fullback Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson up ahead to join the attack, and the defensive midfielder 6 Fabinho drops down. So it gives this kind of a look to the Liverpool squad. Now this defensive midfielder 6 is obviously the most important position in this entire setup. He links the midfielders to the defenders, and he also acts as the thread which binds the entire team, and sometimes also attacks as Fabinho, the number 6 of Liverpool, already does. So the wingers drift wide or they cut inside and the striker drops deep. Now this creates space for Liverpool and they take it to their advantage. So how do they use it to their advantage? For that we need to know what the different areas in a football field are generally called. This area which you see that surrounds the goal post, it's called the center space. This area is called the white space. Similarly, this area is also called the white space. And this area, it's called the half space. Now what Liverpool does, they tend to play compactly and aggressively in the half space. This is the opposition man with the ball, and Liverpool pushes its players towards the opposition so that he gets pressurized and gets forced to move to the white space. Now what happens when the opposition moves to the white space? This is where the most important thing arrives. When the opposition moves to the white space, he would be surrounded by these 4 defenders, these 4 Liverpool players at all sides, and he would have the sideline to his left. So what does he do? He would have generally 2 options available. The first option would be to give a ball across or over the fullback, which would easily be intercepted by Liverpool, and the second option would be to give a back pass to his own goal post, which will be away from Liverpool's goal. This is the way how Liverpool prevents an attack. We must keep in mind here that Liverpool have intelligent technical players who make this gegenpressing style of football even better. Let's see how they do it. As I said, that is dropping down of the number 6 defensive midfielder is the most important thing in this gegenpressing style. So how does it help Liverpool? When the defensive midfielder drops down, the opposition player has enough space to attack wide. But just as I said, Liverpool would play compactly and aggressively in the half space and force the opposition to go wide and then easily intercept the ball and win it back, just as I explained a while before. Liverpool's technicality, coordination and familiarity adds to this gegenpressing style of football. Liverpool's intelligent players can easily manage and they know what to do and when to do. Mane and Salah can create space, they can drift wide and cut inside. They know when to do what. Fabinho is an awesome defensive midfielder who knows when to drop deep, when to link the defense and the midfield, and when to attack and score easy goals. Firmino is obviously a tactical player who can drop down, move forward and also create space in the number 10 pocket. He has a roaming ability which allows him to move in all directions. What Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold does is something even more interesting. They join the attack when required during a counter attack, and then when the opposition is attacking, they fall back to suppress the attack. And the addition of Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez adds to this. And the most important thing, Alisson Becker, the best goalkeeper in the Premier League at this moment, makes this even better. So this Juergen Klopp style of heavy metal gegenpressing, triggered by Liverpool's highly aware players this season, and this coordination and familiarity is what made them win the Premier League title 2020 and the UCL 2019. This defensive system and the midfield system linked by this defensive midfielder gives the central compactness to Liverpool, which lets them score quick goals through counter attacks. Liverpool isn't just any other team that you see any other day, and Klopp isn't just any other manager that you will see any other day. They are something special. They have a quite natural and cultural bond among them, and they use this bond to their advantage. They use it to win big titles. So guys, thank you for watching. This was FuboGen with you. If you have any problem in understanding, which I'm quite sure you won't have after watching this video, you can ping me in the comments, or I have provided my email ID in the description. You can send me an email, I'll explain to you better. Thank you. FuboGen.